Richie Augusto, and welcome to the 354 podcast. Well, today we are reviewing an episode of AEW Dark, then as usual, on to AEW Dynamite. Let's start with Dark. On this episode of AEW Dark, it featured the debut of Dr. Britt Baker talk show, Women's Wrestling Stealing the Night, TH2 continuing a rivalry with SCU. Well, here's the headline grabber. Is that Dr. Britt Baker's new talk show segment, The Waiting Room. She opened with late night roast jokes about Aubrey Edwards, Eddie Kingston, Young Bucks, Cody Rhodes, Dr. Baker, then welcome her guest, TH2. Sorry about that. Jake Evans and Angelica were angry about not being ranked. They declared that the punk-ass political postering will no longer be tolerated. SCU is first on the list to send a message. Okay, this is a good start. For me, AEW Dark is the perfect show for the segment. There's no crunch on the time, so Dr. Baker could experiment the fiber groove over time. Her shot at Kingston styling his eyebrows was a nice zinger. I can't wait for the first person to destroy the set after that joke. It just may be Kingston himself. Alright, here's the lineup for AEW Dark. The Gun Club versus BSHP King, Joey O'Reilly, and Sean Maluda, a Samoan wrestler. Travis Titan versus Ricky Starks. Joey Janela versus Marco Stunt. Frankie Kazarian versus Fuck Grit Garrison. Rain Latoya versus Penelope Ford. Brandon Cutler versus Ryzen. Tisha Price versus Leah Hirsch. TNT versus Jurassic Express. D3 and Angel Fashion versus The Acclaimed. Alex Garcia versus Eva Lise. Thunder Rosa versus Lindsay Snow. Big Swole versus Kylan King. Jack Evans versus Christopher Daniels. These bouts all have high intensity to make an enjoyable view experience. I go with these contests if you don't want to watch the whole show. Lance Archer cut another interesting promo despite the message being the same. Let's start this up. Excalibur teamed with Taz to call the action. Anthony Ugo and Ricky Starks stopped by to join this commentary team. Justin Roberts was the ring announcer. Gun Club beaten BSHP King, Joey O'Reilly, and the Samoan Dude. We'll call him Samoan Dude. This was an AEW debut for Billy and his two sons at the trio. Austin won the bout with a hip toss neckbreaker. After the match, Lance Archer chokeslammed O'Reilly out of the ring onto his partners. Jake Roberts emphasizes that the AEW asses belong to Archer. The Murder Hug Monster shares some symbolism. Life is a beautiful lie, while death is a painful truth. He confirms his plans to keep doing this every week until everybody dies. This is a good start. Alright, on up next, Ricky Starks versus Travis Titan. Ricky Starks defeated Travis Titan. Basically, Stroke Daddy closed it with a rope running spear. Alright, on to Joey Janela versus Marco Stunt. Sunny Kiss, Jungle Boy, and Luchasaurus were all at ringside. Janela hit a nifty spin suplex on the floor. Stunt may have legitimately tweaked his ankle and the Dragon Rana off the apron. Janela ended with an impressive sit-down fairness carry slam out the top turnbuckle. Next, Frankie Kazarian versus Griff Garrison. Tatala versus Jungle Boy hit some hard shots, but Kazarian used his veterinarian savvy to prevail. Cass slingshot Garrison into the ring for a cutter that led to a reverse DDT victory. Oh, that's my Xbox thing. Sorry about that sound. Alright, let's continue the review for Dark. Penalty Ford versus Reign Victoria. Ford hit a big boot right from the start. She dominated most of the match, but Victoria shows heart by kicking out some as a strong move. Ford finished it with a pair of clotheslines and a bridging Fisherman suplex. Brandon Cutler defeated Ryzen. Cutler used a TPK to win his third bout in a row. Peter Avalon was a heckling Cutler from the front row while Ledger on a velvet bed and making a martini. We go with Leah Hirsch defeated Tisha Price. Hirsch was too powerful for Price to handle a German suplex and a German springboard moonsault were followed by an armbar for the submission win. Jurassic Express defeated TNT. Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus represented Jurassic Express. Marco Stunt was at ringside. The TNT brothers pulled a switcheroo in the ring to gain momentum. The referee failed to enforce any rules in the match. That's a problem. TNT was setting up a legal teamwork maneuver. Luchasaurus legally stormed in to chokeslam an opponent. They allowed Jungle Boy the opportunity to apply a STF Gable Grip choke. Submission win for the Jurassic Express. The Acclaim versus D3 Angle Fashion. Max Caster spit rhymes by whipping ass, cashing checks. The Acclaim backed up Caster's word by winning their third in a row. They used a suplex to a flying elbow combo to dispose of Fashion. They put down D3 to the top drop kick, torture rack slam, teamwork maneuver for the 1, 2, 3. Now we're on to Belize versus Garcia. That match was at ringside. Garcia had no fear and took the action to Avalise. She had a nice run of backstab, multiple clotheslines, a 6-1-9, and a devil over set time. Avalise came back with a chop to the throat, a flatliner, and a snap made into the head kick finisher. We had Thunder Rosa versus Lindsay Snow. Snow had the power advantage while Thunder had a intensity advantage. Thunder unleashed her fury with body shots and big back fists, then Thunder Driver to win. She was sending a message by regaining the NWA Women's Championship for Serena Deeb. Pretty Peter Avalon macked on the lady in his chauffeured ride. He tried to feed her corn nuts, then the driver kicked Avalon out for borrowing his passengers. We got Big Swole versus Callum King. There was a good amount of aggression in the contest of a dark match. Swole took control with a headbutt, flatliner, and a Texas Clover submission for the win. This was one of Swole's better matches in AEW. Darby Allin came out to goad Ricky Starks into a fight. Brian Cage joined Starks for the advantage. Cody ran out with a chair to even the odds. Team Taz fled. Now we had the main event. Jack Evans versus Christopher Daniels. Angelico and Cass were at ringside. Angelico grabbed CD's boot early to help Evans gain the edge. Daniels came back to control the pace in the end. He ducked a roundhouse kick with Evans and locked in a Koji clutch on the mat. Angelico hopped on the apron, so Cass ran over to punch him. Daniels let go of submission in commotion. An exchange of roll-up then occurred. Angelico hooked C's leg so Evans could steal a win over on a backslide bridge pin. Now here's my thought on this. This was a good show for the fans of women's wrestling. The final 3 women bouts were hard-hitting and aggressive, while Ford and Hirsch looked good and Victor as attended. These were the type of fights that should definitely help with experience. Hirsch added moves, Swole ratcheted up for her intensity, and Thunder Rosa kicked ass. Evilise was even busted up for a little blood. Share your thoughts on Dark. Who stood out most for this episode of Dark? Which was your favorite episode? Favorite match. Sorry again. So, this was my review for AEW Dark. Later on, I will review Dynamite. So, stay tuned from this Thursday afternoon, and I will do the review. Thank you. Here's some sponsorship for my commercial on this. Hello, we're back. I was supposed to record review for yesterday, Thursday, but it was a family emergency, and whoever it was I had to do for an emergency, he or she is okay. Right now, let's get to the AEW Dynamite review. Young Bucks versus Top Flight. The newcomers looked good, playing a fast-paced offense, but they couldn't outdo the Bucks at their own game. Top Flight almost stole the win on a crucifix pin. However, the Bucks regrouped for a BTE trigger. TH2 attacked Top Flight after the match, and the Bucks ran them off. Good high-energy opener. Top Flight is definitely a team to keep an eye on at only 21 and 19 years of age. The Bucks gave enough offense to let Top Flight shine. The best part was the fantastic video package to introduce the team to the audience. It made Top Flight easy to root for. Now we go to Las Vegas. MJF treated the Inner Circle to a Las Vegas vacation. It played over 2 parts during Dynamite. The first half saw the crew gambling, with MJF stealing Sammy Guevara's cards during blackjack. Warlord and Jake Hager always mean-mugging each other. Visit an after-hours club. MJF and Jericho get bombed off Everclear. Conan took the party to the next level with some smoke and some more shenanigans. The second half imitated Hangover as everyone woke up in a hotel suite. Sammy got married 3 times. They found a baby Hornswoggle in a diaper. The schedule was silly funny. I think Ortiz vigorously pumping lightweight iron was a highlight for me. I'm not sure if anything was advanced in terms of story. Sammy still hates MJF. Warlow and Hager are still sizing each other up. MJF and Jericho are still measuring egos. If they do an Elvis musical skit next week, then I'll be happy. After all, he's the newest member of the Inner Circle. We go to ballads. AEW released a short film promoting the company. It has an interesting mix of real quotes blending with backdrop of character scenery. Now we got Orange Cassidy versus Kip Sabian. Pepe Ford was the only associate at ringside. Myra was on commentary. OC sent the best friends to the back. Closed pinfall calls, cleared WDT for OC, a penalty kick for Sabian, and an inside hook driver for Sabian. In the end, OC countered off the ropes with a mousetrap pin to win. Myra rushed to the ring in a rage of clothesline Cassidy. This was the creative finish for Cassidy to seal the win. The best part was the Myro exploding with presidentialism at the demise of his friend. The way Myro huffed over the roofs made me pop. I'm sure hope Myro isn't sacrificed at Orange Altar. Altercations. Cameras caught an altercation in the back as Jay Cargill stopped the arm of Brandy Rose aside folding chair. Nyla Rose, Vicky Guerrero held back officials. Big Swallow, Red Velvet, and Serenity ran to protect Brandy. Say what you want about Brandy. I think she has an exceptional knack for making a scene. The story doesn't always pan out. However, the moments always create excitement for me. In this instance, she just helped Cargo become a mega heel. I feel like the babyface save. It felt old school where good guys and bad guys stick with their own ilk. AEW just created 6 weeks or more of future material for Dynamite. Now, have a variety of match directions where all parties evolve. The AEW women's title fight. John Silver announced that Anna Jay will compete against Hikaru Shida for the entire next week. Mr. Brody Lee demanded an opportunity due to Jay winning 4 in a row and breaking into rankings this week. If AEW started to turn more attention to the division, then the night might prove to be a key turning point. They have one lengthy match, 2 angles, and an announcement for a big bout next week. Most important, all that segments were really entertaining. Tuesday night on Art Dark, AEW also aired a bunch of good women's matches and debuted Dr. Baker's new talk show. Time will tell if this is a possible trend, positive 10, or a blip on a radar. Pants on Fire. Darby Allin was back with another freak yet memorizing video. It ends with Pants on Fire. I'm wondering Allin was paying the price for being a liar. Not that I'm aware of lies, so I'm just not going with the old phrase, liar, liar, pants on fire. Now we go to the main event. No, it's not the main event. Let's talk about the main event right now. Team Taz Swerve. Team Taz at a number. He goes by the name of Will Hobbs. In the main event of the evening, Brian Cage and Ricky Starks took on Cody Rhodes and Darby Allin. Team Taz was finally getting their hands on those 2 flick bonds in a proper contest, but Cage and Stark had trouble early on. That forced Taz to leave the commentary table to lend his coaching wisdom ringside. Taz provided the interference unseen by the referee's eyes, and Arn Anderson lost his cool, throw the chair into the ring, that earned Coach Arn an ejection. The match eventually broke down into big moves. Allin was pulled a surprising win by countering Cage's powerbomb into Yoshi's tonic. Starks barely made the save in time. The action continued with crossroads when Cody to Starks, a discussed clothesline from Cage to Allin, and Cage slamming Cody hard for the final blow. Cage set up Allin for the drill call off the middle turnbuckle. What a maneuver. Cage covered Allin for the victory. One of the biggest questions coming into his battle, who would take the pin? Cody Cage were unlikely to go down as big stars. Allin was the newly crowned TNT champion that left Starks as the top candidate, but he needed to stay strong for its lightly title bout against Allin. That speaks how a match maintained the essence of unpredictability. Just by surprise, Allin took the loss. He did so on a powerful move that he didn't lose any luster on his status. Business picked up after the match. Team Taz put the boots to the opponents. Time for another save by Will Haas, or so he thought. He initially chased the AK to Starks with a chair. Taz then pick up the title, shockingly clobber Cody with it. That action successfully taking up Taz's offer to join the squad. This is a great surprise. It was one of the moments I had to see it to believe it. Hobbs is a good fit for Team Taz. He should thrive under Taz's tutelage. One thing that had me curious, who will replace Hobbs to have it backing of Allen and Cody? There's a large void to be filled, a giant void, if you will. Could it lead to Shaq making an appearance in a trios action before he tangles solo with Cody? The Mystery Attacker. Let's go to the Mystery Attacker. Now, this episode was supposed to have a contract signing for the December 2 World Title between Moxley and Kenny Omega. That did go as planned. During the show, Moxley cut a promo about the advice his father, John, was picked up at the police station. Papa Mox told his father, sons are good guys, no matter what happened. Moxley is the good guy. That advice stuck with Moxley through thick and thin in all these tough situations as champ. Mox confirmed that he will show Omega who's the best wrestler in the world. Oh, Moxley actually also announced that Renee Young is pregnant. Congratulations, I can't wait to see AEW's band Hooligans attend the baby shower. It was time for a contract signing. Omega entered the first Justin Roberts Reds Up Listum achievement through Moxley and a few things trumping Mox. When it was time for Moxley's entrance, he never appeared. Cameras discovered his unconscious body with a bloody nose. Medical staff tended to Moxley's neck. Margo was a bit befuddled, but not concerned. He signed a contract anyway, hoping that Moxley would show up on a scheduled day. This was a tough segment to judge. On our hand, Mystery Attacker, I always love a good Mystery Attacker angle. Heck, I even enjoy bad Mystery Attacker angles. It's about all the surprise reveal. On the other hand, seeing Moxley let down the air out of the balloon participation in the big match, I wanted to see two battle at peak performance to determine who's the best. An injured Moxley cheapens the potential win by Omega. As for suspects, I leaned to one direction is toward Lance Archer. He's been making threats for months. If it turned out a ploy to delay the big match with the pay-per-view in 2021, I'll be slightly disappointed at the swerve. But okay with it all as long as Omega fights Archer in the meantime. Now we got a Death Triangle swerve. Pac returned to the ring after being stuck in England due to COVID travel restrictions. He fought Blade in one step and taken down in Kingston. The match started ugly with Blade trying to suplex him to the ropes, but Pac took the impact on his knee instead of his stomach. Pac also stumbled on a slingshot DDT attempt. Both men eventually found their groove to provide quality action. Pac was victorious after a shooting star press, to Blade's back, then a blue laser submission. The story becomes juicy in the aftermath. Pac grabbed the mat to yell at Kingston, but Butcher Blade put the boots to the bastard. Phoenix ran out for the save. The numbers game got him, though. This was all set up for Pentagon's arrive, make a decision. Would he protect his brother, or would he stand firm with his new family? Pentagon chose Phoenix to Pac as they formed Death Triangle. As Pentagon picked his brother, warns the cockles of my heart. That's a story we all relate in theory. It's one thing Pentagon to be at Phoenix. It's everything seeing someone else do it. I'm all aboard for Triangle train full steam ahead to beat up Big Mouth Kingston. Eddie does a great job being unlikable, so we satisfied seeing Pac put him down. Joey Siobhan will probably be cheering for the Alpha Cup since Kingston's only root jam on commentary. Not so Mystery Attacker. Dr. Breaker, DMD, and Dozen Rosa had heated words over the Twitter machine when AEW announced an AEW Women's Championship contest between Serena Dub and Thunder Rosa. That spilled over to the violence during the broadcast. The title tilt received plenty of time for the competitors to operate. It begins with mat work. Seth Slade to step for moves as intensity increased. Thunder Rosa had momentum with a dripping suplex, then a fine missile drop hit to send deep out of the ring. This win, Reba caused a stretch in the referee. This allowed Dr. Baker to run in for a swinging Sharon's net breaker to Thunder Rosa on the entrance ramp. Deeb was unaware of what happened and attacked with a powerbomb. 1, 2, Thunder Rosa successfully kicked out. The match continued for another after exchange of roll-up reversals. Deeb came out on top with an arm trap facebuster to retain the gold. As Thunder Rosa was rejected in defeat, she spied Dr. Baker in the front row. Fisticuffs ensues for a generic pull-apart brawl. Thunder Rosa was in no mood to let that inference slide. The execution of the story left me with mixed feelings. The NWA title was good and gearing up for a climax when Dr. Baker butt in. I'm not a fan of new feuds starting like that during the championship clash. On the flip side, I'm pumped to see see Thunder Rosa get revenge. The skirmish at the end sold me into wanting to see the future fighting sense. Dr. Baker's interference was very effective. Now it's the end of the pay-per-view. The match, the show. Sorry, I'm a little off today. Okay, so here's the start of the show, Brian Cage. Because Brian Cage's drill call off the top rope was my impressive. Here's my dud. The contract signing. Not to sell. Always make sure the pen works before a live contract signing. I think Kenny Omega had some trouble trying to put his name on the dotted line. It was a little detail that made proceeds look a lot cheap. Now, here's my real take. This episode of Dynamite delivered strong with mysteries and swerve. It left me eager for next week. One thing I felt all night was timing of these adventures. The arrival of Hobbs and Pentagon seemed delayed. This also happened in the past week. The teasers of treachery took a slight touch too long, in my opinion. A few seconds quicker would have made the moments crispier. So, that's my review on Dynamite and the AEW Dark. So stay tuned for next week. I do another review, and maybe in the future I will do a talk about like a rant about something besides AEW for once. So stay tuned for that. And thank you. Bye. See you next.